Hi everybody and happy Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's brain break. If you don't remember who I am, my name is Miss Taylor and I am the assistant director at the Carnegie Library. And for today's brain break, I wanted to do something special. I am slowly learning a new skill, and that is origami, which is the art of folding paper. And I'm definitely not an expert yet. There's another library staff member who has taught me everything I know so far about origami. She's much better at this than I am, but I'm having fun doing it and I'm learning, and I wanted to share that with you today. The first thing she taught me how to make was a butterfly. And I have a few of them here that I was making while practicing. You can see I made several different colors, and I thought that that's what we could do today. So when we're talking about origami, it is best to use origami paper like this. So this is paper we have at the library. And I like to use origami paper for a couple of reasons. So first of all, it is very thin. So it's kind of like tissue paper. It's pretty thin, which helps when you're folding. And then it's also a square, you can see. So normally we think paper's like a rectangle, right? But this is a square. And you'll see why in just a minute, why it's best to have the paper be in the shape of a square, because it helps you when you're folding. And I really like this origami paper because, surprise, it's double-sided. So you can pick which color you would like to use. So I'm going to use this purple and yellow sheet to make a butterfly with you. So fingers crossed it turns out well, and I hope this is something you can do at home. Origami paper is something you can get at a craft store or a place like Walmart or Target. But if you don't have any and you still want to try, you can absolutely use computer paper or construction paper. But I do recommend you cutting it into the shape of a square. And this one is 6 inches by 6 inches, if that's helpful. So let's get started and make our origami butterfly. All right, so you're not going to be able to see my face during this part, but it's because I really want you to see what I'm doing, because that's much more important. In the beginning of making our butterfly, we're going to make a lot of different folds. So we'll start out by folding along the diagonal. So it's like we're making a triangle. And what's super important about origami is you want to have a good crease. So I always run my finger along a few times to make a good crease. So then we'll rotate and fold the other diagonal. Again, making sure we have our good crease. So now we have an X fold. And then instead of doing the diagonal, we're going to fold the paper in half. So if you know how to fold hamburger or hot dog style, this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to fold the paper over in half. Again, want that good crease. And then rotate and do our last fold in half. And one more good crease. So you can see all of our different folds. We have the diagonal folds, and then we folded the paper in half as well. So this part is always the hardest part for me. Sometimes it takes me just a minute to figure it out. Hopefully it'll work. So we want the sides to kind of collapse in on themselves. so that we can make a triangle. Again, this is why we want to have really good creases. We've got the one side, and here's the other side. So we can make our triangle. So it's a triangle on both sides. So again, kind of show you, started out the full paper. We want the sides to kind of collapse in so that we have triangles. So we're gonna put it back down. And for this next part, I always have the long side of the triangle facing away from me. And we'll take the top layer, so just the top half, and we'll fold the sides back. And I'll show you a closer look of what that looks like. So it looks something like this. So it kind of looks like a diamond on this one side, but it's still just a triangle on the other side. Again, just that diamond. Our next step, you'll take the tip of the triangle that's behind the diamond. So we got the diamond. This is the tip behind the diamond. We're gonna fold it backwards so that the tip comes behind the diamond, and we'll fold that over. So I'll show it again. We have our diamond. We'll take that tip, fold it backwards so that it comes behind, and then fold it over the diamond. So we're really taking shape here. And folding that tip over, kind of make sure everything stays in place. And pretty much our last step, I'll hold that tip right there, and then you'll fold the butterfly in half. Again, I want to make sure we get our crease. Folding it in half will give it its shape. And when we let go, voila! Here is our beautiful purple butterfly that has yellow wings on the inside, remember, because it's double-sided paper. So here's our purple butterfly that will join all of my other multicolored butterflies that I've been working on. Soon I'll have every color. Here it is again, purple butterfly. Thank you again for joining me for this fun Friday brain break. I appreciate you taking the time to watch and hopefully learn how to make an origami butterfly. If you need additional help, make sure you look at the Facebook post, because there's going to be a picture there that has instructions on how to make the origami butterfly. I know sometimes it's easier to follow a picture instead of a video, so I wanted to make sure you had that option too. And thank you all again for joining me. I hope you have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Stay tuned, because next week is Earth Day and it's also National Library Week. Yay for libraries. So tune in to our social media and our YouTube channel. We're gonna have a lot of fun programs and ways that you can participate. And we miss you all, and we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.